Right now over here in the United Kingdom, there is a huge problem for a leading store. That's right, one of the best known stores, in fact, in the United Kingdom, Marks and Spencer's. They're currently going through a major crisis, chums, because they've had their data, whatever, computers hacked. And it's horrendous actually, because if you do go into the store, I tried to go in recently and buy something, just socks and stuff, but they don't have any, they don't know when they're going to get any. It's not just the food side of it, so it is a huge, huge problem. That company is losing a lot of money every single day. And then, of course, the problem that you have is you've employed someone for a considerable number of years now, and they make this an absolute clothead of themselves, piling even more pressure on one of the biggest, brands in the UK right now. But what do they do next? As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums, nice to see you. You all right? Thank you so much for joining me. By the way, I'm glad you enjoyed my recent video regarding, of course, the very young Princess Elizabeth and the brilliant band leader and man of music, Edmondo Ross. Yes, what a story that was when you think. And as I say, I love to shine a light on these people because they were massive stars, only a few years back, and some stick and some don't. But you do know Edmondo's music, you do. Once you hear it and you hear it on the radio or something, you think, I didn't realise that was him. What a talented guy he was. And just very clever as well, not just being a musician and a band leader and a club owner, but knew exactly how to manipulate and of course keep his talent to the forefront. Apparently that club was the club of clubs. As ever, if you haven't seen the video, they're all up for free. There's no membership, no charge, nothing. I like to keep everybody on a cost of living crisis barometer, We're all struggling, sweetie. If you need anything, just come to me. Yes, there's going to be no charge. Well, if you saw me out and about, maybe a Cadbury's flake from time to time. Do you still like those? Can't resist, can you? It's just the bits in the wrapper at the end that get on your nerves. Because if you're with somebody, you can't tap them in, can you? No, you have to be politely pretending you don't want it. You're not bothered, you just do it. Well, that's you. Yes, absolutely. Yes, you're brave, bold. How Marks and Spencer's going to be brave and bold with this particular individual, Dawn French, who published, as many now know, a rather unseemingly, some say disgusting video, which has spectacularly backfired in her own PR. Dawn has been allegedly a comedy national treasure for many years, starring in things like The Vicar of Dibley and as a double act with her partner Jennifer Saunders. Recently, they launched a very successful podcast together and they've done all sorts of stuff, I remember seeing them at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane and I didn't particularly think they worked well as a live act. I'm sure some people enjoyed it, but it didn't work well because they're sort of televisual comics, and I don't mean that rudely, but they dressed up as different characters, and when it was on stage it didn't come across that well. Could just be me, but that's my opinion. But now the problem is she is the main voiceover, one of the main sort of digital characters on Marks and Spencer's illustrious ads. Now the problem that Marks and Spencer's have got is that Dawn has got herself into very hot water. Not only has she come out and publicly supported the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer, which hasn't gone down well, but other than that, of course, this particular very, just stupid really to do this as a person in her position. And now, as I say, Marks and Spencer, you see, have a dilemma. If they kick her out, then that they've kicked her out because of the video. If they keep with her in the hope that, say, come Christmas time, people will, forget and everything will be smoothed over, then somebody will remember. So they're in a very, very indelicate position. They can't just think that people won't remember. This is the digital world we live in. Dawn's offered a, huge apology as to why she did it online and now in print at various tabloids, but it's not working. And as I said, the problem that they've got is they're already losing a lot of money, all thanks to the cyber hacking and stuff like that. If they keep Dawn French on there, then they clearly could lose a lot more money, plus a lot of bad PR. I'll throw it open to you because I know people in the retail business and they're basically saying in a few weeks' time there will be an announcement, but not necessarily in Dawn's favour. As ever, allegedly, rest in the idea, coming up with a new concept, you get the picture. But either way, how difficult and damaging has it all become? And all because of a misplaced, lunatic, some say, idea on the land of X/Twitter. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular breaking story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.